the time of recording this, John Cena has 3 dates left on his WWE career. You guys know Money in the Bank 2024, he announced he's retiring. And there he would tell us that he was going to be giving us a farewell tour. And sure as shit, John Cena did just that for all of us. So, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 5 best moments of John Cena's farewell tour. And there's many moments that we can talk about, but really some that come to mind are these 5 here. So, guys, make sure you're staying tuned to the end of the video as there will be some awesome stuff there. But first, I ask that you guys like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and make sure to leave a comment down below. So without further ado, let's hop directly in it. So kicking things off at number 5, one of the coolest moments for me personally, like I'm putting it at 5, but truth be told, it could have been number 1 for me because of how important this match was to me. But the match is Randy Orton and John Cena, and specifically a moment on Friday Night SmackDown. This moment came where John Cena was cutting a promo. They were currently on the build to Backlash, and John Cena had just been talking about he is just going to leave. He's not even really going to show up for these dates. He doesn't really have an opponent who's going to stop him. And out of nowhere came the man, Randy Orton. Like a slithering snake he's always been, behind John Cena, popped up in the camera while John Cena was standing there. It was actually one of the coolest camera shots that I think I've ever seen, quite literally. You had Randy Orton staring behind him. John would turn around. He would get RKO'd out of nowhere. It was such a beautiful moment. And they would go on to St. Louis, Missouri, have a match at Backlash, and that match would be interrupted by R-Truth, but overall, they were really trying to play into the John Cena heel character and that heel persona that John Cena was taking on. And the only way that they could do that was getting somebody involved. And obviously, we would later learn that WWE really wanted to give the belt back to Cody. Why they took it off of him in the first place, I don't really know. But I guess to give Cena 17, I don't know. Overall, Randy Orton and John Cena, those two have been bitter rivals since like 2007. Obviously, they came up in the system together in 2002 at OVW and would meet each other in the ring numerous times, again, becoming the greatest rivals of all time. If you're not counting Edge, which, again, we haven't seen, and again, there's 3 dates left. Overall, Randy Orton giving us that moment where he just kind of popped up into the camera. It was so sick. I loved every second of it. I really did. I quite literally mean that. But you guys can let me know how you guys felt about that specific moment down in the comment section below. Word life. This is basic Thugonomics. Basic Thugonomics. Word life. Chewa, chewa, chewa. I'm kidding. Number 4. CM Punk coming out as the Doctor of Thugonomics version of John Cena. Now, this came off the back of John Cena cutting a pipe bomb against CM Punk. So, CM Punk had to one-up him. He had to go out there and he had to be the Doctor of Thugonomics. And sure enough, that's exactly what CM Punk did. He came out there rapping against John Cena. It looked like John Cena had seen a ghost. Quite literally. It was the ghost of his past. Word life? The Doctor of Thugonomics? What's he doing here? This moment was so cool because obviously through the farewell tour, we had this heel version of John Cena. But one thing that WWE has always done so well is they've been able to include things that maybe shouldn't necessarily be included. And that was the Doctor of Thugonomics. Of course, we were never going to see John Cena as a heel coming out as the Doctor of Thugonomics. That didn't make any sense. But you know what did? Somebody making fun of him for the Doctor of Thugonomics character. And CM Punk did that. He went out there, he clowned himself. It was hilarious, quite literally. He gave the punchlines, all these things. It was so cringy and so funny to watch. And I remember people online being like, oh, why would CM Punk ever drop himself to something like this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, you're watching pro wrestling. Just enjoy it for what it is. It was so much fun. I know he did a little mention of Nikki Bella. Obviously, she would eventually come back to the WWE and the whatever. Just overall, such a fun promo. Again, bringing out that Doctor of Thugonomics character that all of us really wanted to see. Hitting the music and everything like that. CM Punk rapping, too, is such a funny moment in itself. So that for me sits at number 4, a strong number 4 too, I must say, a very strong number 4. But you guys can let me know how you guys felt about CM Punk as the Doctor of Thugonomics and John Cena's reaction down in the comment section below. This could be number 1, but it's number 3. Think about that for a second. That's how good this list is. John Cena's pipe bomb. John Cena cut a pipe bomb promo in Grand Rapids, Michigan against CM Punk. CM Punk laid flat on a table. John Cena would hop to the top rope, and he would sit there, and he would tell Punk, as you sit there, as you lay there, word for word, exactly what CM Punk said in his pipe bomb promo. He would also talk about CM Punk was the voice of the voiceless for 7 minutes, 14 years ago. He would name drop Claudio Castagnoli, Nick Nemeth, Matt Cardona, 3 names that are not inside of the WWE any longer. He was breaking the fourth wall, kind of the way that Punk was breaking the fourth wall when he was mentioning Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. CM Punk and John Cena gave us one hell of a moment in this promo. They really did. CM Punk, you could kind of see his body just laying there. And again, laying there helpless. No mic cut off, nothing like that. They let John Cena speak. They told Punk, or Cena told Punk, that he was a capitalist. That's hilarious. You're a millionaire now. I thought that was funny. I thought it was great. To me, I was like, oh, wow. He called him Mr. TKO or something along those lines. It's like, hey, dude, that's me. I'm kidding. He called him Mr. TKO. And you could just tell, like, Punk, as he was sitting there, you could see kind of like the shock in his face. And like, oh my God, I can't believe this is actually happening on live television right now. And I remember the reaction on the internet, how many people were like, oh my God, this is John Cena's greatest promo. This is the greatest thing he's ever done, blah, blah, blah. They were right. Hands down. He cut up. He did. He said a cuss word. And I remember he looked down to the crowd. He said, oh no, John Cena said a cuss word. It's like, yeah, dude, that's crazy. Why would you ever do that? John Cena, the good guy? Why would you ever do that? So John Cena cut this pipe bomb promo on CM Punk, and by God, it could be number 1. It really could on this list. But it just tells you how strong this list is. So you guys can let me know how you feel about the John Cena pipe bomb down in the comment section below. When we speak of moments, that's quite literally what we're talking about, the moment. John Cena's heel turn was one of the biggest moments, if not the biggest moment, in pro wrestling of all time. John Cena turning heel was the one thing that WWE fans never thought that they would see a day in their life. He was at the wit's end of his career. He had 2 options. Play it safe, go out of left field. John Cena chose left field. And he did it to give the fans something that he wanted. Obviously, later on, he would talk about how, to him, it is a failure. It didn't go the way that it was expected to go. And that's fair. That just means somebody is criticizing themselves. They're taking a look, and they're giving themselves criticism, and that's awesome. Because obviously, John Cena even knows that it wasn't up to the par that fans really wanted. But the moment itself was something so special. As you guys know, Cody Rhodes and The Rock were having like this weird feud, and The Rock told Cody Rhodes that he wanted his soul, and we were all like, dude, what the fuck is this dude talking about? What do you mean you want his soul? Cody Rhodes was told, like, hey, you got to the Elimination Chamber. Give me an answer at the Elimination Chamber. And obviously, beforehand, we had the Elimination Chamber match, which John Cena would go on to win. As you guys know, at the Royal Rumble, John Cena entered the Elimination Chamber by saying, hey, I've earned this. And we all thought, we were like, oh, man, that's really wrong of John Cena to say. That's a bad guy thing to say. But none of us really thought it was going to happen. So John Cena would go on to win, and they would go on to lift the Elimination Chamber. And there you would hear The Rock's music hit. And by God, what an entrance, right? As much as I dislike The Rock, what an entrance. So he came out, told Cody Rhodes, you got to come give me an answer. Cody comes waltzing out. Cody tells Rock, go F yourself. Yep, go F yourself. Everybody's stunned. Everybody's shocked. John Cena in the back. You got Travis Scott back there. Whoa. Well, John Cena would go to shake Cody Rhodes' hand, as rightfully so. They are now going to be WrestleMania opponents. Cody's back is turned to The Rock. The Rock is looking directly at John Cena, and there he just gives him a... And John Cena pulls away from the hug, the little handshake, kicks him in the gonads. A moment just as big as Hulk Hogan in the NWO. Again, a moment. Not saying it is as big, but a moment that is just as big. By God, WWE did their thing. They really cooked with that one. I remember the feeling coming off of that being like, man, WWE did something so special, something so powerful that I didn't think they would do, considering the fact of, hey, this guy only has like a certain amount of dates left on his contract. How do you pull this off? Or not his contract, but his career. How do you pull something like that off? And they did it. They pulled it off. So that's why it comes at number 2. There is one moment to me that is much bigger than that. You guys can let me know your thoughts on how I did here. And if you guys like this ranking so far, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt your viewing experience. I promise you I will be quick. There is a link at the top of the description below. There you guys will find my Patreon. My Patreon offers some exclusive content for the members. It is only $2 a month. There you will get exclusive content along with our watch-alongs. That include Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, Tuesday Night's NXT, along with pay-per-views and more content. So guys, for $2 a month, you can get all of this. It's very awesome. It's very cool. Also, we have the Discord down below, where if you need some more information, make sure you reach out there. That is all I have for you. I promise you. Now, let's hop back into the video. It was a random Saturday morning, 9 a.m. I was watching Crown Jewel. It was happening at 8 p.m. over there in Australia. John Cena had an opponent by the name of AJ Styles. This is number 1. John Cena versus AJ Styles at Crown Jewel. This was the greatest moment up to this point. Again, we still have 3 dates left. This was the greatest moment of John Cena's farewell tour. And maybe it's the most recent. You can make that argument, but I truly feel that this is the greatest moment of John Cena's farewell tour. John Cena and AJ Styles, long history. Let's go beat up John Cena. We all know the history. AJ Styles, an independent guy. John Cena, the corporate WWE guy. They were never supposed to cross paths. And if they did cross paths, what we were to expect, AJ Styles being stellar, John Cena being not so good. But in fact, every time that these guys met, they quite literally stole the show. There's no debating it. Every match that these two have had, they have stole the show. And at Crown Jewel in the year 2025, AJ Styles and John Cena did just that. John Cena and AJ Styles in this match told a love story to pro wrestling. You've seen numerous finishers given. You've seen The Undertaker, you've seen Rey Mysterio, you've seen Shawn Michaels, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Frankie Kazarian. You've seen The Undertaker. I think I might have said The Undertaker, but there were so many names. Triple H is another one. Just so many names. The biggest one being Bray Wyatt. You've seen these two tell a love story to pro wrestling. Earlier in the week, AJ Styles announced that 2026 will be his last year in pro wrestling, as he doesn't want to wrestle into his 50s. Rightfully so. He deserves it. Go home, take care of your family. John Cena obviously has 3 dates left and is going to do his own thing. Regardless of that fact, they did not have to give us a 27-minute literal banger of a match. John Cena in this match reminded me, personally, how much I love professional wrestling. He reminded me that Pro wrestling is fun. And yes, I sit here and I make content, and I talk about it, all of these things. But at the end of the day, I am just a fan. And John Cena, for a moment, reminded me what it was like to just be a fan of professional wrestling. And that, to me, means so much, because pro wrestling is everything to me. It always has been, it always will be. So AJ Styles and John Cena, I'm going to go ahead and even thank him in this, because, oh my God, it was stellar. Thank you to you two for giving us the best moment of John Cena's farewell tour up until this point. I don't know what they have in store. I don't. But this, so far, has been the greatest moment. And you guys can let me know your thoughts about that down in the comments section below. If you've made it this far in the video, I ask that you guys definitely be sure to like and subscribe. Those two things are very important, considering the fact that a lot of people that watch my videos, they're not subscribed. So definitely think about doing that, man. Ultimately, these, to me, were the greatest moments in John Cena's farewell tour, but it's really up to you guys, and you guys can let me know how you feel about that all down below in the comment section. I'll be there. We could talk about it. It's a fun conversation more than anything, and I really want it to be just that, a conversation. We can have one. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys. I'll be talking to you in the next one. Peace.